Good morning. I am an Ohio Zone 6A vegetable gardener. This is my second year growing vegetables, and I thought I'd share some tips and tricks, things that I've learned in the last couple of years that I find might be helpful to you while I eat my delicious breakfast that I just made. So the first thing that I think is super important to learn is timing. Um, you need to know what zone you're in, and you need to be cognizant of when you're going to start your garden. The zone is super important, but what's more important is your last frost date. You have to be aware of that, your last and your first frost date. I've started my seeds all indoors this year, but has so many benefits that I love. It helps me to sort of better visualize where I'm going to put everything, what it's going to look like, and it gives me healthy seedlings to put out and hopefully avoid them getting I can put them out when they're established enough to not get eaten up by the pests and whatnot. So I like that. But the issue is I got too excited. So I started my seeds way too early. And then I put them all out way, way, way too early. So I lost all my basil this year. I have no basil. And one of the things that I really enjoyed last year was basil pesto. I didn't get a chance to make that. So that was a real bummer. But, oh God, gross. But it was a valuable lesson learned not to start things too early and to try and be patient. It's really difficult because by the time April, May, March, even February comes around, if you're like me, you are ready to get in the garden. You are just you've been pent up all winter and you just want to get started. And it's so exciting. And you have so many big plans. You just want to get into it. But you can't. You can't find something else to do because it's a mistake. Wait. Just wait and put them out when you're supposed to put them out. Super important. That's number one, timing. And seed starting. Starting seeds inside is fun because at least then you do get to start a little bit earlier. So I recommend that. And especially with tomatoes, you can start tomatoes much later than you would think. You don't need to start them as early as you might think. Just you can push them out. The next thing is spacing. I have this thing in my mind where I don't think anything's going to grow. And I can't foresee the space everything's going to take up. So I throw everything in and then it's super confined. Don't do that. Don't do that because it's a mistake. You need to give things space to grow. And you need to make sure if it's something that needs to be trellised, try and put in the appropriate trellising. For my tomatoes this year, I put in a 5-foot trellis, cheap thing that I got at Amazon or something. And they're indeterminate. So they ate up that trellis and they're all toppled over now. And it's impossible to get the tomatoes out. So all that to say, the structure of your garden does matter. How you place things, super important. And then that leads it to sunlight. You have to make sure where you put it, it's getting the optimum sunlight. I, unfortunately, have a very shaded garden. We have a bunch of trees. And there's no good spaces. We have this lovely open portion. There's a field that's kind of open to the sunlight, but my husband won't let me put anything in there because that's our lawn. I don't know why he wants a lawn. I don't want a lawn. I just want to plant plants all over it, but he wants a lawn for some stupid reason. So I can't touch that. So I'm kind of using the perimeter, which is along the fence line, which doesn't have the best light. It's good for things like lettuces and kales on those kind of crops, but for things like tomatoes and melons and all that, it's not the best. But we're working with it. We work with what we've got. I don't remember what I was saying. Spacing, location, important. Yeah. Other than that, I started using grow bags this year, and had mixed. I didn't have great results with the grow bags because I wasn't sort of on the watering like I needed to be. I was away for a week, just this last week, and I had I think it was a pumpkin growing that just died off. It just dried up because it wasn't being watered regularly. And I don't blame the person who was supposed to be watering it because they just weren't aware. I didn't tell them. Those grow bags dry out super quickly. Also, I don't think I was fertilizing correctly because I'm new to all this, so I wasn't exactly sure. So I would recommend growing in raised beds where possible, directly in the soil, ideally. We have clay soil here, so I tend not to grow directly in the soil. Although this year I did plant tomatoes in the clay soil, and they did okay. They're doing okay. I didn't think they'd even survive to be full plants, but doing good. So if you're using grow bags, just be aware you're going to need to amend the soil correctly, and you're going to need to water it diligently, or your plants will die. We don't want that. That's kind of it for now. I can't think of anything else. My main thing that I learned this year, I keep saying it in every video, is grow flowers. Grow as many flowers as you possibly can. The beneficial insects, it really, really does bring them in. I've seen so many bees in my yard this year, and butterflies and everything. So grow flowers. They will help you out. Lastly, randomly, if you're growing cantaloupe plants, grow a bunch. Grow 3 or 4. I grew 1 last year. I think I grew 1. I think I initially tried to grow 2. One of them died. So I grew, this year, I grew 4. And it helps with the pollination. It just helps the whole thing. Just grow multiples of any plant that needs pollination. It'll serve you well. And that's it. That's all I can think of in this rambling breakfast video. I'm trying to get better at this, but I'm not great at it. But I'll keep trying. And hopefully you will keep watching. If you don't blame me. But thank you if you are here. And I'll see you next time. Bye.